everybody. Just going to give you some quick instructions on this assignment. It's the area perimeter questions based on a house plan. So you'll have to read carefully because it's asking you to calculate meters squared. That's for area. Then they're figuring out some costs for different parts of the house. And then the final question, number 8, is actually with a partner designing your own home. But since most of you are at home, you don't have to worry about with a partner. Okay, so I want to show you a couple of things to make the assignment a lot easier. So first of all, down here is a little bit of a map legend or telling us what stuff means on the map. So each of these squares here will represent 1 meter. So every time you count a square, that's going to be 1 meter. Also, the dotted line here represents the fence, which is around here. And if you remember from previous videos, perimeter is the distance around, but you don't have to count this because that's what the house is for. Okay, so the first thing we'll just look at a bedroom here, and we're going to calculate area. And area is length times width. So how long is this bedroom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is 6 meters because each square is a meter long times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it equals 30 meters squared. So you can do your calculations on here, right on this map if you wish, or on a loose leaf to answer the questions. And that's simple. Figure out each room, the hallways, and that'll give you the square foot footage of the house, or square meter of the house. And then when you're doing the questions such as one area is getting tile, one area is getting carpet, you'll be able to figure it out. Now when you look at the master bedroom, you have what's not a perfect square or rectangle. So what I would suggest is breaking up the room. So calculate this area first, then worry about this little chunk here. Okay? So the other thing it's asking you is to find out how many meters of baseboard will you need. And baseboard's that edging along the walls at the bottom of a wall, just to make everything, it's like a trim to make everything look nice. Now, each bedroom has a door. Okay, you don't need to put any baseboard there because it's a doorway. So how we figure this out, I count each square, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5 meters. And I have to count this because this part needs a baseboard as well as this part. So I have to count this square again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 meters. And again, we need to count this square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meters. Remember, we don't count this doorway part here. So it's 1, 2, 3. So if we add 5 and 5 is 10, 4 is 14, 13 is 17. So this room is 17 meters for baseboards. Now, when you are completing these questions, I included the answer sheet with the assignment because sometimes you count and you'll see I've crossed out answers because I had to recount things and I didn't always get the correct answer. So don't worry if it's If you're off, it just means you need to recount things, okay? All right, now, when you're finding the cost of something, for example, question 7's asking you the cost of sod, and it's $3.50 a square meter. That means you would find out how many square meters of grass you may need, and I'll just use an example, say 50 square meters. And then to find out the cost, we have to multiply it by how much it costs per square meter. In that question, it was $3.50. Okay, now what the unit you're going to be using here is actually dollars, because you're finding out the cost. So we don't need the meter square, and you multiply 50 by $3.50 and get your answer. And can you use a calculator? Yes, because I want to see that you're using your head on how to calculate this stuff and not making mistakes by multiplying. So we go back to the last question here, creating your own home. Included with these sheets is also some grid paper. And I would suggest making every square 1 meter. It'll just keep everything simple, okay? And that's actually doing a scale model of your house. And that's basically it. So you'll have to do all these calculations, read carefully. For number 2, each room needs baseboards. Calculate how many meters of baseboard you will need. And I gave you some reminders in there. Baseboards cost 35 cents per meter. What will be the total cost? Living room, master bedroom, bedroom A and B will have carpeting. If the carpet costs $15 per meter square, what's the total cost? So add all your these rooms together and multiply by 15. And that's about it. So hopefully this isn't too problematic, but again, when you're doing it, if you're not sure, you can talk during our Zooms, or you can email me questions on how to do this. So that's that for this lesson. So good luck.